undergo 29 hours of course, but no driving school in India is following this thing. Directly, a new person who enters a driving school, he will be placed on the driving seat, and that person will start driving on public road, endangering himself as well as others. Almost 1.6 lakh people die in road accidents. That means 1,68,000 people, they are losing their lives abruptly. Most of the people who are losing their lives are in the age group of 18 to 45. Lack of awareness of road rules and lack of training is the main reason for all the deaths and accidents being caused in India. 3% of GDP is being lost in because of road accidents. 500 army people are dying in road accidents. Not even in military operations we are facing such a loss, but in road accidents we are losing so many army people. By the time we complete this interview, we are losing somewhere around 20 to 30 people.
Driving schools and RTAs play the important role.
When it comes to importance of driving schools, every person, according to motor vehicle driving regulations, he is mandated. If you are learning a light motor vehicle means a four-wheeler or a two-wheeler. If somebody is opting for four-wheeler license and if he is interested to learn it, he has to undergo 29 hours of course. In the 29 hours, 8 hours will be theory, completely how engine works, what are the important measures driver has to take before learning to drive, what are signboards, different types of signboards, cautionary, mandatory, informatory, what are the road conditions, what are the climatic conditions on which he has to drive, and all these things come under theory education. And what is 2-second rule, 3-second rule, all these things he will be learning under theory. So what law has mandated 8 hours of theory course compulsory, but no driving school in India is following this thing. Directly, a new person who enters a driving school, he will be placed on the driving seat, and that person will start driving on public road, endangering himself as well as others. This is first point. And if we want to train a driver particularly professionally, we have to place him on a simulator. Just like how Air Force people are placed on a simulator, how truck drivers are placed on a simulator in international driving schools, in the same way, every driver who is learning a light motor vehicle, a four-wheeler, he has to be placed on a simulator. What simulator does, it will give you a feeling how we have to drive on the public road. Some pedestrian will be suddenly walking on the simulator only. So when we look at him, we will immediately brake. He will understand how to control the vehicle, what are the features, safety features which are there on the vehicle, how to control the steering, how to balance the vehicle. All these things he or she will be learning through simulator. After 4 to 5 days of simulation, if he is placed on a driving seat on a public road, then that will actually give him sense of responsibility, how he has to respond if there is a hazard. That will not endanger other people on the road as well as him, that person. So this is step 2. And when it comes to licensing, RTS are the key stakeholders when it comes to licensing. If we want to prevent accidents, every year in India, almost 1.6 lakh people die in road accidents. That means 1,68,000 people, they are losing their lives abruptly. Most of the people who are losing their lives are in the age group of 18 to 45, and especially 18 to 30. These are the people with young blood who are driving, who are overspeeding. And major cause of this one is overspeeding. And in Ministry of Road Transport and Highways website, when we look at it, they clearly mentioned that lack of awareness of road rules and lack of training is the main reason for all the deaths and accidents being caused in India. So if we want to improve on this front, first step is to improve driving licensing system, then how we are training the driver, and by the time driver reaches the road with his own vehicle, he should be aware of all the rules. In that way, we can prevent a lot of accidents and save many lives in our country. This will also help to improve our financial situation. 3% of GDP is being lost in because of road accidents, and that is one major loss of our country. And around 500 army personnel who visit their hometowns every year for during their holiday season. 500 army people are dying in road accidents. Not even in military operations we are facing such a loss, but in road accidents we are losing so many army people. Yeah, that is a major loss for the country. So if we want to improve this thing, we have to improve licensing system and enforcement as well.
Well, overall, how many people are dying every day?
Day-to-day statistics I'm not aware, but every 4 minutes we will lose a person. Every per year, if we are losing 1.6 lakh people, per day we'll be losing around few thousands, maybe few hundreds. What I feel is every 4 minutes we are losing a person. By the time we complete this interview, we are losing somewhere around 20 to 30 people.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's horrible. We are bleeding our country as a whole. We are super proud that we are the youngest nation. I mean, youngest in the sense we have working population, which is ranging from 24 to 30 years of age. We have a lot of population, and we are super proud of it. But same population is dying in road accidents. That is one big problem. And if you coincidentally, if you ask me, what is one benefit which we are getting from road accidents? This organ transplantations are there, no? So almost 90% of organ transplants are from road accident victims only. So people who die in road accidents, their organs are being transplanted to people who are there on this planet. During COVID time, that organ donation transplants rate went drastically down just because there are no road accidents. So that is we cannot say that is a positive thing. It is a very painful thing actually, but that is what is happening right now. Yeah.
How can we save our future generation?
So safety has to start from birth of the child. First, when a child is born, if you are having a car or two-wheeler, if you're having a car, you have to buy a child safety seat. Child safety seat is something which is mandated by the government, mandated by the law, till the child attains age of 11 years. That child has to be placed in back seat in a child restraint system. When vehicle collides with something, this child will remain safe. If you look at a lot of accidents, the toddlers are the people who die in the first place just because they get thrown away. And we as parents, what we do is we our mothers, they feel safe holding children in their hands, sitting in front seat. That will give them false sense of safety. But when airbag deploys, that is a mini collision which happens. I mean, it is a small blast like thing which happens in the system, and that will actually pump that airbag with such a force where it can kill the child whom mother is holding. So child safety is the most ignored thing in India. Even many celebrities, when they post videos with their children having some road safety trip or something like, sorry, road trip or something like that, they don't have the child safety seats. When something collides with their vehicle, children fly away like a small ball thrown in the room. So that is the main problem. So from basic onwards, when the child is born, if we start doing such things, gradually as the child grows up, he will understand that he has to wear a seat belt, he has to respect people on the road. And in the course of time, if we try to educate them through school education or through some sports activity, some road traffic education activity, some exhibition or something like that, gradually he will develop that interest on driving, responsible driving. Driving is not just accelerating and speeding. Driving is helping, I mean, respecting people on the road. That is the most important thing. So when parents teach them responsibility, even if they give them expensive bikes, they will ride those things responsibly. They will not endanger other people, and ultimately they will not make their parents cry lifelong.
Like nowadays, I think teenagers are driving without license, and they don't even have that idea of driving, because they just take the vehicle and goes out. And even parents are like okay with that, because they think ki, like abhi nahi chalega to kab chalega, and they think ki, like if they don't drive, they don't learn. So they just leave them without any driving school or anything, just to learn. So what are your thoughts on this?
So we have many examples. Many people, many celebrities, they have purchased expensive bikes and cars for their children. They have led them on the roads without proper training and education. And now there is not even a single day where they are happy, because they lost their most valuable asset, their own children, which God has given them. I would not like to name them, but even now when we look at those footages, that gives a lot of pain. So if we want to save future generations, first thing starts from parents, how they are training their children, how they are bringing up their children, whether they are training them to respect people or to escape law. If somebody is supporting their child to go in a car which is having black tinted glass, that will actually give them false sense of confidence that my father will save me someday. Something happens, and you are ultimately losing your son. And even Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, they are focusing more on vehicle engineering. We have 4 aspects on road safety. One is enforcement, education, engineering, and emergency services. We are giving more importance to engineering. First thing, how many airbags are there in a vehicle? So if we have 6 airbags, people will feel safe. We are speaking about road engineering. Keeping aside vehicle engineering, we are speaking about road engineering. Road engineering is something which is dealt with engineers, civil engineers. They are properly laying roads, bringing in a lot of technologies, properly banking roads, geometry, everything is fine. So vehicle engineering, road engineering, 100% marks we are having. After that, then comes emergency services. How good are we at trauma care? That is one big question. And most ignored aspect is this education. We are not educating drivers. Even if we give 100 airbags, that will not save their lives. Very recently, if you see, there was an accident in Suryapet district. A couple who has celebrated their birthday in Hyderabad, and they are heading back to Vijayawada. they went under a truck and they have crashed. So they are educated, but they are not aware of how to drive on the road. So that is the major cause. They have airbags, all the safety features, everything, but nothing could save them. In the same way, just like how we have lost one of the minister's son, in the same way, these people have also lost their life just because of lack of awareness. Yeah.
Right. Do you think vehicle safety plays the important role in saving lives?
Of course, that will play a role to an extent. But here, what happens is Indian drivers, especially, they are getting false sense of safety by looking at their vehicle rating, vehicle safety rating. If somebody is sitting in a car with 5-star rating, he or she is feeling that they are safe, but they are not realizing the fact that until and unless they drive properly, that vehicle safety features cannot save them. I can quote few examples. We have a few years ago we lost one of the minister's son who was driving a Mercedes G-Class vehicle. That is high-end model, and nobody in this world has died in a crash in that car. But unfortunately, in that accident, we lost 2 lives. In the same way, many incidents are happening around us just because they are not wearing seat belts, they are overspeeding. When it comes to underride crashes, when a truck is parked on a highway, if some vehicle collides with that from behind, that is called an underride crash. So there is no scope of saving life when in such accidents. So no amount of airbags, vehicle engineering, strength, build quality can save the life of person, because we are not driving war tanks. We are driving cars which can move at speed around more than 100 kmph per hour. So if we start building cars like war tanks, we cannot move at such speeds. So basically, vehicle engineering can save human lives to an extent, but driver education, driver safety, driver should be aware of his own limitations. Only then we can save lives.
So, what are the achievements of Team Road Squad?
Team Road Squad actually started with 0 followers, and now we have reached around 6,000 plus active followers. The major achievement, what I feel, is road safety. Road safety is something which we cannot measure. Impact of creating road safety awareness, we cannot measure that in numbers actually, because the road safety is one aspect which has been ignored since independence. And now when it comes to our success, we have raised a lot of concerns about road markings on in Hyderabad region. We have created a lot of awareness videos, and now we are proud to say that many IPS officers like CV Anand sir, Sajjanar sir, they are following our page on day-to-day basis, and many police departments also, like Medak District Police official page follows our Twitter handle. I mean, they are many journalists also follow our page. So this is some kind of bringing all sections of society. Many doctors follow, nephrologists, all these people follow our page, and they interact with us on day-to-day basis. So this is something which is actually helping society on day-to-day basis. If a journalist is following our Twitter post, he will talk to that thing with his colleague. That will create discussion about road safety. In the longer run, when IPS officers, they are the policy makers, when they sit in meetings with some politician or something, they will also interact with them about road safety issues. This will in turn create a very big impact in the society. And coming to visible achievements, when we have solved many traffic light errors in Hyderabad, one thing is, while designing Secretariat Junction also, we have given some inputs to government. One major achievement is Kottagoda flyover. When so road markings were ignored on that flyover initially, we have that flyover is bidirectional flyover. Just immediately after curve, that flyover splits into two. One goes to Hafizpet, one goes to this IT side, IT sector side. I mean, that bidirectional flyover, we have raised concern on Twitter, and that was published in Hans India newspaper also. Then immediately GHMC officials coordinated with one of our members, Lokendra, and they have painted directional arrows on the flyover. That will help the traffic to segregate well in advance before approaching that curve. That is one achievement. And in same way, we have coordinated with Dr. Guruvareddy Garu. He is a very prominent orthopedic surgeons in Hyderabad. We are also being at an advisory level in their board. So in that way, we are actually interacting with a lot of sections in the society and trying to bring a larger change. We are also planning to conduct some awareness programs in schools as well after this summer vacation. So one of the major achievements of Team Road Squad is increasing awareness about dash cams. Dash cam is a device. It is a small camera fitted to your dashboard. So that will record entire journey from the start of your vehicle till the end of your journey. Every second will be recorded in a loop manner. So that is a very useful device. Many vehicles in foreign countries, they are having it. Even police also use it for investigation purposes whenever they had to solve a crime or something like that. Even insurance companies depend on that thing. many times to understand whose mistake was it when somebody gets into an accident. So dash cam is something which was that awareness was missing in our population. But after we started posting a lot of videos which are captured in our dash cam, people started understanding the importance. Many people have contacted us asking which model to purchase and how to go ahead about that one. We have referred many people like that. And now if you see, we on Twitter day to day basis, we have 50 to 60 videos being posted by general public, their dash cam footages. If somebody comes to hit them, immediately they'll post a dash cam footage. And maybe directly we don't have any particular reference that we have impacted them, but still many people have contacted us asking us suggestions about dash cameras. Yeah.
So how much does it cost?
Dash cameras cost varies from 4,000 to 20,000. I mean, if somebody wants to purchase a basic one just for their own safety, they can go with 4,000, price range of 4,000 rupees. And if somebody wants to record the footage, which is rear end footage also, rear footage also, then those cameras will cost around 15 to 16,000 rupees. But when it comes to vehicle investment, if we are investing lakhs of rupees on a vehicle, dash cam, the amount of percentage is just 0.1% or 2%. That's all. Yeah. So that will not be a major problem for people who can afford cars.
Can we fix that dash cam to bikes?
For bikes, we have dash cam facility, but it will cost around 50,000 rupees. And in India, mostly people don't use it. But there is a facility. You can always have a GoPro camera. Just like I used to have a GoPro camera on my helmet, and there was a very near miss. That was a close call to me, and after that I completely stopped using a two-wheeler. So that thing got recorded in that one. I can also share that footage with you. So that will definitely help us in longer run. If you want to prove yourself in the court of law, or in front of police, or in front of insurance company, these footages will actually help you. One good example is when I was traveling in Nampally Road. You know that Nampally T junction is there, no, near metro station. So at curve, we only have single pole at that junction. Usually at intersections, we should have two traffic poles to alert drivers to stop. But we only have one single pole, that too at a curve. So I crossed that intersection, light was green. By the time I crossed that intersection, light turned amber, then red. Immediately, police officer standing there, he clicked the photograph. And we got the challan ticket of 15 or 1600 rupees, 1000 rupees, 1100 rupees for signal jumping, and 500 rupees for disobedience of orders.
Acha.
So we were very much confused, and immediately we took out the footage. And by the time we crossed the stop line, light was green. In between it turned amber, and by the time we crossed that intersection, it turned red. Then we have raised that concern to local traffic police. They have referred us to traffic commissionerate. When I approached them, they checked the footage and immediately deleted that challan. So in that way, I have saved 1600 rupees that day. I have invested 4,000 rupees on it, and almost I got all the amount returned. So that way, it will not only save us mentally, it will give us a lot of strength that we are having some evidence being recorded for us, and it will also help us financially in this way.
Police will not stop for this keeping GoPro on helmet or something.
No, actually, according to Indian law, there is no such provision until and unless we violate privacy of other people. And if we are using it only for safety purpose, no police officer stops you.
Okay. Actually, I've seen few videos on internet. Like people are going on their bike, keeping that GoPro just for vlogging and all. So police has stopped them for, like, they are asking ki, like, what is this? Why are you keeping this camera? And they are just investigating, and they have to explain everything ki, like, we are vloggers, and also they even don't know ki what is vlogging. So they are telling, why are you doing all these things like that?
You are right, Arif. Actually, when police look at these camera people who are vlogging, they immediately stop them and try to investigate. Most of the time, these people have their high-end bikes and they keep overspeeding on city roads. So when they look at these traveling people, immediately police suspect them that they are violating rules. They may be having some overspeeding ticket or like that. They'll stop them. And at the same time, these bloggers who are in constant search of some sensational content, they'll also turn on their camera. So that will create sense of fear in the police people. Why this person is filming me without my permission? Why he is recording our entire footage? So in that way, that will create a lot of confusion. So these people try to argue with police also just for creating some content. Sometimes they start fighting with police. Some people will be giving chocolates to them. Some people will be giving water bottles. Some people will be fighting. So constantly these people are in search of content. Their main purpose is not their own safety. If somebody is owning a GoPro or a dash cam for their own safety, I am very much sure that police will support them. Yeah.
Okay. Previously, people used to do like cell phone riding and all, but nowadays they are doing texting. This is new culture, I guess. So, what do you think on this thing? Like, how can we stop, and what are the consequences of this?
Yeah, this is one major cause for road accidents. 70% of road accidents are being caused because of overspeeding, and almost 7 to 8% of accidents are being caused by because of texting, using cell phone while driving. This is one serious offense which is happening all over the world, not just India. And according to one research recently, person who is distracted for 4 seconds when he is behind the steering wheel, there is high probability that he is going to get into an accident. 90% of chances are there. If somebody is texting and if he is distracted, if he is texting and simultaneously turning on the music, or if he is looking down at the dashboard or something like that, if he is distracted for 4 seconds, there is high probability of getting into an accident. And if by chance that person is driving on a highway at around 100 kmph per hour, that will, by the time he spots the hazard on the road, by the time he hits the brake, he might have traveled a distance that will be around 130 meters at that speed. That will actually, that can actually put him into a serious situation where he cannot escape.
Right.
And when it comes to city road, people think I'm driving at slower speed and I can do multitasking, hold a cell phone in this hand, hold a coffee cup in this hand. But even at speed of 50 kmph per hour, vehicle will travel around 13 meters. Once he spots the hazard on the road, by the time his mind processes it and hits on the brake, that distance traveled can put him into an accident. So we, even after driving for 10 years or 15 years, we should not feel overconfident that I can handle all these things while driving. Every day has to be a new day. So that is the thing. Yeah.
So that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you all liked this episode. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you so much for coming, Mr. Harsha. And it was wonderful experience being with you. And I got to learn many more things about driving and all,
Yeah.
about road safety and so much. So thank you so much for
It
coming.
was my pleasure, Arif. You are well aware of all the rules and regulations, actually. Thank you for all the homework you have done for this one, and it has been great time with you. Please do subscribe to his YouTube channel. You will get great content ahead. You are very knowledgeable. Already you are knowledgeable and you have done great homework. Thank you for giving me such an opportunity to participate in your podcast. It's a great honor for me to be part of your podcast. This can be a great platform for me to reach out to many more youngsters who are outside watching out for new things. Thank you so much for taking time to create some content on road safety. And please do subscribe to his YouTube channel. You are going to get great content ahead. Thank you.